Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Jamie back for another Battlefield 3 commentary. Today we got a match of Conquest on the map jamin000 Peak. And I wanted to talk about something that is a little bit important that I feel hasn't been happening too much in my experience in the last little bit. As you see, that guy just get teleported from, it's a quick way to get to B, I guess, from halfway across the map. I wanted to talk about the importance of having a competent gunner and repairman in the back of your tank with you when you are running the heavy tanks or main battle tanks in Battlefield. It's important to have a teammate with you and converse back and forth about when you need repair. Well, it's pretty easy to pick up on when your teammate's in the tank with you, but as you can see during this engagement, if I didn't have a competent repairman and or a gunner in the back of the tank, I simply would have lost that engagement. We would have lost control of the B flag. And of course on this map you know very well how important the B flag is. So basically my setup in the tank for this particular match was I had the canister shell, of course your main battle gun, and thermal optics. I didn't use thermal optics a big lot during the match, as you can see. Actually I don't use it at all. I don't know why I didn't. Sometimes I find it works well for me, and sometimes I don't find I really need it, but when you're up against a tank it's not really that important. And as you can see right here, we're getting hit, and again, you know, there's a right time to repair the tank and there's a right time to take out the enemy that's basically trying to eliminate you. A couple key points with the tank is that, and I know this is not new information, I just think that sometimes people need to be reminded of this, is that you don't want to show the back of your tank to your enemy, because obviously that's the weakest point of your tank, and if you expose it to your enemy it can lead to, you know, the rockets giving you hard damage and those sorts of things. And another key point as well when you're using the tank is to be mindful of enemy anti-tank mines. As you can see here, they show up by the red squares on your map, and it's important to take those things out. And this guy just gets owned by the cannon on the tank. I don't know what he was thinking running at me directly like that, but as you'll see here in the first part of this video, I mean, we stay in this tank and we stay alive for quite some time. It would not have been possible without the repair man that was in the tank with him. He's a great squad mate of mine, Zulu, and appreciate what he was doing here. And we were talking back and forth during the whole match, and we were basically saying, okay, I need repair. It's safe to do so because you don't want to repair at any given time. If the enemy is locking onto you with a guided shell, which probably would have been a little bit better setup for this map for me actually, or they're locking onto you with a javelin, let the tank take the impact, and then it's safe to get it repaired, because if you do get it in repair when the enemy team is locking on, or when that rocket happens to hit your tank, then obviously the person repairing is going to die, and therefore it's going to end up that you're going to lose your tank. And on these particular maps where you only get one main battle tank, either the Russian or the US side, it's very important to keep the tank up as long as you can. As you can see here, this guy just gets flattened by the cannon again. But where you only get the one tank, it's so important to keep it alive, because of course with jamin000 Peak, at least on the console where there's only a 3 flag map, controlling the center area is of the utmost importance. And with the tank here, trying to control the enemy movement coming through the tunnel is much easier. And you know, this map can really turn into a spawn trap if you get pushed back into the other side, whether you're on, again, the Russian or the US side. It can really turn into a spawn trap map, which nobody likes. So, you know, keeping the tank alive, having a great repair man or engineer in the back really helps with this, because if you don't, I mean, if there's an assault guy in the back of the tank, he's not going to do you any good whatsoever. So I mean, it's fine if you spawn in and you're an assault and you get where you're going in the tank, but you see the damage going down. But if there's an engineer around who wants to jump aboard, let the guy aboard, because you know, with Battlefield it's all about being a better teammate. And you do small things like this, it will always help you win the match. Of course, it's a lot more important obviously with Conquest and Rush that these vehicles stay alive as long as possible, because without them it's just simply, you're just not going to win the match. And if the other team can infiltrate with their main battle tank, it's going to do some severe damage with you. I knew the gentleman that was actually in the other tank. He's quite a good gunner on the tank and quite a good driver, so I knew that if he would get control moving in with this tank, that we were going to be in big trouble. So, you know, I was telling that to my squad mate, and we said, you know, we really have to control the movement of this tank, or it's going to do us some damage. And you can see later on, you know, we work our way through very slowly, but doing it in an efficient manner. And as you can see here, he came over, and that's always something that makes me a little bit nervous when I'm in tank, if I'm going to get C4'd. And I do have a tendency to jump out, but I have noticed lately it's a tactic used to try to get you to bail out of your tank by engineers so that they can steal your tank. Actually, it's a pretty good tactic, and that I don't think about using a lot, but you know, a lot of people get a little bit intimidated when they see somebody running at the tank, because obviously it's not advisable to do so if the driver can see you. But you know, they run towards the tank and, you know, cause you to bail out to try to shoot the guy, and then of course the guy steals your tank and you're dead, and on it goes. So you can see her here, we switched up a little bit, and I went gunner, and my squad mate was the driver of the tank, and basically the same sort of thing. We just basically controlled the area. We watched B flag for pretty much the whole match. I tried to burn this guy with the torch, but I've been trying to do that quite a bit lately, but he was getting a little bit close to the tank, so I said no, well, I better take him out. So anyway, that's another one of the tough assignments that Battlefield has in this game, to unlock some of the weapons. But that is not what this video is about. Basic points I wanted to get across was, you know, when you're in a tank, be a tag team, work together, be a better teammate. It will always help your team win. It's not always about the individual scores in Battlefield. And obviously with the tank, you know, you do have an advantage over a lot of the enemies you'll run into, obviously. But I mean, don't abuse it. The tank is in the game for a reason. It's basically there to help you control enemy movement, capture the flags, destroy the MCOMs, so on and so forth. So, you know, again, be a better teammate. Repair the tank. You get a load of points for doing it. Just as probably as many as you get for driving the tank. So it always help you rank up, and that's what's important. It's all about PTFO. So you can see we did win this match relatively easily because of our movements and stuff with the tank and controlling the enemy team. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please check out my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter. That's jamin000. But I hope you enjoyed. That's it for me. Take care, and we'll talk to everybody real soon.